Alright, let's just jump right in, I think. Trying to think where this temple vortex is here. It's not very clearly organized, I don't think. Wait, what? Looks like it's gone. Vortex. Particles. There was. Deleted them. That's interesting. I've got the power to restore them. I wonder why I deleted them. Just before we could tell if they were good or not. I'm just gonna restore them, add them, and then if it doesn't look good or if he yells at me, I'm gonna take it away again, basically. Hey Brajab goes it. Hey Van Dam. It's going well. How are you doing? Did you get your video over the line? The Fortnite Avengers thing? Frozen. Vroom vroom. Yeah, I think this looks pretty cool. Well, no, it's that. I wanted to add an animation group, call it Vortex. Add the images. I'm just gonna check a loop, a ping pong loop, but no. Sometimes that looks fine, but I think this just looks better like this. Finished my video, got it up a day ago, taking today off. Nice. It's probably well earned. I managed to get, what did I get? I just kind of impulsively made a video today to explain the basic gameplay and story and stuff like that, so that was unexpected, but good. PC hadn't been restarted since last month, so it also earned a shutdown. That sounds definitely well earned for PC. Let's just see what this looks like. Well, it doesn't really look like anything, does it? Is that because it is rendered underneath everything or something? Could be, could be. It was. what does it look like without those things? Let's check it out. Don't know if that builds in actually if I didn't save it, but yeah, okay. I think it would look better if this was rendered above the player. Yeah, because then you're kind of standing in it, so I think that looks alright. And then you would do whatever you need to do to trigger it, so then make it come on. So I think what we're seeing was have a bit fewer of these per count. See if this starts running. Not happy chappy. Okay, there you go. So I think the limiting factor in the current settings is the spawn rate, basically. So if we were to reduce the spawn rate, because the duration is 1, spawn rate is particles per second, so it's never going to reach 128 anyway. So again, I think 1. I wonder what it looks like with just spirits. Might be better. It's cleaner, that's for sure. Could drastically reduce the number of particles, but it does look, I'm not gonna lie, it does look pretty good. It's 140, 50. Oh, that's a delivery, I'll be right back. Alright, so I've been waiting for that bloody thing all day. It's kind of a desk, like a keyboard riser thing. So I could do like a makeshift standing desk setup. I was really hoping to be able to do that for the stream, but it just arrived now. Hello, Karoob. The particle system editor view looks like a complicated HUD for a spaceship with a red alert. Though. That would be cool. I should do that for the stream. Good red alert. I wonder if someone colorblind ever screwed up a riddle. Asking the real questions. What do you think? I prefer it with this thing, I think. Looks pretty awesome. I think it does look better without all those extra particles. Just like focusing on the souls, I think looks better. You prefer it with the extra stuff, but like when you say extra stuff, do you mean with the like loads of particles? A little bit too bare to me, which is so, right. Okay, but because before it was pretty wild in terms of the numbers of particles, like. It was more like this. And that's what I'm not sure about if it's... I think I agree with you that having some of the spinny particles just meant something extra. I need to compare the particles again. So this is where, this is like round about what it was before. And this was more busy. So this is a more focus on the little particles. Hey Drake. Hello. Hey Art Stuff, how you doing? Good to see you. I think, so what I was going for, if it was an overwhelming number of particles, then it would kind of give the illusion of a solid block of the portal being like almost solid kind of thing. But I don't think it's really working. I like the extra particles, but maybe fade in the alpha so there's not as much of a cluster at the base. Yeah, I think I wanted to make it look, well, I guess that's kind of what his new graphic is, kind of gives it a solid center point in the real world kind of thing. It's happening here. I'm trying to design a vortex. I'm trying to think, what about without those ones and just these ones coming out like that? Whole particle system. Yeah, so basically this is supposed to be a dimension, a vortex to another dimension. I'm trying to make it look nice. I'm not sure. That's kind of cool actually, I think. And I could crank this up to more of them. Needs like a green/white light source in the center. Yeah, maybe like pulsing. Fake light source, glowy bit. Yeah, like, yeah. Maybe you shouldn't see the floor at all. Yeah. Yeah, Krub's idea could work for that. I think it's better without the swirly ones in the middle, like this, and then I could do a light source. I can whip that up myself actually. This one's good. So why don't I just make something quickly? So I'm gonna, before I start working with them, I'm gonna paste in the old ones just so that they're still there. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose them on my clipboard. So I'm still operating under the assumption that they'll be the winners. But Hypnotic, that's good. That's kind of the purpose, I think. So I'll just use this as a kind of size indicator for how big I want it. So it should be an oval, I think. So that would be like the max size. So what we could do is we could radialize it. And we would say that the center would be, I don't know if it should be white. A tinge of green maybe? I'll just give the background a different color so we can actually see what I'm doing here. So if that is at 0. Yeah, I don't like how the radials work for actually, but I could just scale it. So if we want, it's 80 wide and 30 high. So if I just did a circle, wait, is that right? 80 wide, 30 high. So if we did 80 by 80, and then this, it's locked in, right? So we unlock it, 80 by 80, and then fill. And then squish. It should be, yeah, it's a better shape than before. I think. So put this into objects, vortex glow. So we would put another sprite in here, in the game object, yeah. So we've got that's the sprite. So this would be the sprite spin, sprite glow. Can you use blend modes with this? Yes, you should be able to do that. I'm not well versed in it, but you can. That might be an idea. Message post hash sprite glow play animation. ID is equal to hash, I think vortex glow. If you want something to look glowy, you might want to use a blend mode other than straight alpha, like add or something. Cool. I shall check this out. So first of all, I just want to make sure that I'm actually getting the sprite in. A lot of stuff going on there, but it doesn't look like it's there. I should, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate the particle effect, so I have those vorticular ones, and then get rid of them to improve the visibility. Yeah, so that's pretty basic at the moment, so I would want to animate that and move it as well. But to do that, I would need to change the sprite blend blend. I can change the blend material actually, because then we've got more stuff. So you said add or something. Blend. So this one's got an add setting, which I could do, which will impact the vortex, the spinner, and the glow, which might not look good. I might just have to create a separate sprite for the glow. It's no biggie. Yeah, that does look promising though, I'll have to say. Maybe that'll look good on particle effects on spirits. It mainly just looks like it's lightening them. in any case, I do need to change the sprite. So I'm going to temple vortex, temple vortex glow. So default animation is going to be the vortex glow. I'll leave it as add. Change this one to alpha. And in here, this should refer to vortex glow. Okay, so this is what should have moved up actually. I'm not sure about you, but maybe. Okay. Well, the glow part's pretty cool. I don't know if I've overdone it with the spirits though. That's super spooky looking. That sounds good. Let us do animation. I think the spirits showed up better before. The white center's looking nice and glowy. I tend to agree with you. Geo.animate. Let's just look at reference because I'll never learn this. Site. Can you animate a sprite component? That's an interesting thing. Sprite glow. Scale. Geo.playback loop ping pong to a scale of 0.75. I don't know. Easing. Check that out. Duration. Don't know. Put a second for now. Shame we can't visualize the blend modes in game in real time. I could reload it, which would be quicker, I think. What else did you say? You said you could tweak that circle gradient a bit, leave the alpha ramp as is, but add a deeper green about halfway. Because a lot of those other blend modes gonna look funky. Just gotta experiment. Yeah, I'm with you. That's way too drastic, I think. Too jumpy. So I should be able to. So if I go to just here, that should reload it in game. And I think that's reflecting the new settings, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just try something mad to see if it does do it. So that's me reloaded it. No, that doesn't seem to have reloaded because I set that to scale to 0.15. So it reloads the script, which I thought should be enough to. I don't use hot reloading very often, so I don't really know how it works properly. But yeah, that looks super shaky. So you said, just as a suggestion, you said to do that. I don't really know exactly how to make this look good, but can't really tell. Maybe it's too subtle. It's kind of greenish. Well, what about nicer ease gradient like that? Oh, it busted everything. Instant 1.1 not found, so I've basically done that the wrong way around. So let's set the scale first and determine the component second. Something about the scaling that I'm doing is actually stressing me out. I'm not sure it's good. Is it too quick or something? But I guess it is pretty swift anyway. But maybe, I don't know, I'll extend the time. That was stressing me out. That's not going to look good, but worth a try. I do not want to be editing this. Hard light. I might just leave it as is, because it did look pretty good. I should probably pitch it to the guy. I do wonder if this one should be, should this be add as well? Maybe not, because that does lighten it a lot. I'm not sure that's what we want. Although, that does look pretty cool. I'm pretty happy for that. With that, I'll sync it up and show it to the guy, and he can give me some feedback. We'll keep it or not, depending on what he thinks. But I think that's better. Looking better? Yeah, I think so too. Thanks. Though the souls being a different color looks out of place. Yeah, you think? So was it better when I didn't set this to add then? You preferred it like this, Drake? Claps. Hey Kayla, how you doing? Good to see you. That looks like some kind of evolution of Braj. Meant from the other particles more than the lower thing. Right, okay. Well, why don't we change that to that, and the particles back to what they were. If you thought, is this better? Should the ring change as well? Check if I can show you guys where this leads. A lot of you, I don't think were here when I made this area first. So I can show you where it leads to, which is pretty cool as well. That's a really good set of particle effects there. Soul plane something, soul. I'm sure I have it somewhere. You're not able to make the souls more transparent. I am able to make the souls transparent. Wasn't sure if that was a good thing though. Hey Java, how you doing? The doctor is in. So, where was this? Void? No, it's not that. Did I get rid of it, maybe? That's annoying if so. Christopher, you make it Pokemon Go account if you want to befriend her account. I don't have Pokemon Go anymore. I played it a little bit when it was peak trendy. And then I gave it up. So, house ladders, Wizard Dimension Academy, Castle, Treetop, Rocks, Meadow. If I've got Meadow, that's what is area? So that's the actual goddess area, I guess. Hey Jeremy, how you doing? Yeah, that's not it. Oh well, I don't know why it's not in, but it will be soon, so I'll be able to show you guys. Alright, give me just 2 secs. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Started porting my game over to default this weekend. I like the concept of the messages, but the structure is a little bit weird. Well, I'm here if you've got any questions, anytime. Well, not anytime, but Discord is good as well, because then I can catch up with your questions later. You can take a little time to get used to. Obviously I've never used like Unity or Unreal or anything like that before, so I don't know what the transition's like, but from Flash to default was a bit strange. So yeah, Java, that seems pretty prudent of you. Right, let's for now move on to something else. Here. We have this invisible labyrinth that I want to finish. Sweet. I'll need to play with it some more to understand some of the concepts, but so far almost got a title screen done. Nice. I guess that means you're working with the GUI. So what does this do? On init, it spawns the NPC, it shows, hides the solution. So self.state is get quest state ID 14. So hello late stream. Hey Kent, yes, it is a bit late. I was making a video, which is good, but it took a little bit longer than I expected, so it didn't end up streaming until later. Does this handle dialogues? It doesn't, I don't think. Local function check for reveal. So can take some pointers from the court. Don't think we need the NPC scripts, but we do. Oh yeah, this isn't quite the same, is it? Yeah, okay. There we go. So if true. If check, then set quest state 14.3. If self state is 3, then return. Trigger dialogues will happen here. Remove quest item. And trigger a dialogue. Well, we can enable it for now. We'll animate it in because that's cooler. But for now, we'll try just see whether this works. Was I actually calling that function? I don't think I was. It's pretty classic, isn't it? So if I click the all-seeing eye, then I see the solution. Let's write some things. So we kind of had this, we can use the court dialogue as a basis for this. Because why reinvent the wheel? I thought it was pretty good. Here, whoever's in chat listening, I wrote a bit of dialogue for the court. Cat thinks it's disgusting or bad, basically, and wants me to change it. I thought it was good. You tell me. I won't have any hurt feelings if it's crap. Just tell me. So basically, you have an actual eye, an eyeball, as a quest item, and you can use that to reveal some hidden truths. And the way I described using it, Cat thought was a bit nasty. So the way the text is written is: you rummage around in your belongings until you feel the soft wetness of the eye. Grasping it carefully, you reach out and display it to the courtroom. The pupil adjusts to the light, but otherwise the eye remains motionless. As the witness begins to speak, the eye appears to snap to attention. The pupil dilates almost completely, and the eye begins spinning in your palm. And this is the part she doesn't like. Slick with fluids, it skids around until it points directly at the witness. I thought that was good. She thinks it's too gross or bad. You tell me. Not sure if it's just me or not, but there's lots of buffering going on today. I don't have any dropped frames listed, so it might be on your end, but if anyone else has any issues, I'd like to hear about it. I think more descriptive is better. I think, like, she's got a point that's pretty gross, but it is an eye. Like, it's supposed to be gross, right? Not too shabby. Thank you, Kayla. I know you're interested in writing and stuff, so that means a lot. Yes, it's gross. Yeah, I think that's fair. I agree that it gives an interesting image for the player. Makes more sense. Yeah, cool. Alright, lovely wife, you're overruled. Expose it to harsh winds of the rusts. Gross doesn't equal bad. Yeah, like I said to her, like the way you get the eye isn't very nice either. So it's kind of all on theme there. Okay, just. Okay, expose it to the harsh winds of the rusts. The pupil contracts as if to protect itself from the lights on the sand. Actually, this needs a couple things here. So it needs. So you're an author, huh? Who, me? I like writing, but I don't have any like professional experience doing it or anything. And I don't do it much. This is like, I haven't written in years, so it's kind of scary. I just jumped into a project that requires a lot of writing. I think I'm passable. It's, like, you know, so I guess some games have just really straight up good writing. I'm hoping that like the rest of the game makes people forgive any poor writing on my part. That's the hope anyway. If I manage to get any bits of dialogue or so that are quite good, then that might elevate the rest of the game, which would be even better. Compensates for the writing, yes. I can't even remember what I said anymore, but that sounds like a better way of phrasing it. It remains motionless for a moment. But it's great, no worries, you got this. Thanks, Kayla. And actually, I'm trying to get comfortable writing on stream. It's kind of daunting because it's quite personal. It's exposing the progress, shows the bad parts of it before I'm happy with it. So I'm trying to kind of get comfortable with that. But if I do, the upside is going to be that people can challenge it as it's happening and say that doesn't sound good, or that sounds like a cliche, or it doesn't make sense, or anything like that. So I think that would be really cool, because that would make it better, I think. So now I'm trying to say something about how it's drawn to the power of the labyrinth or something. Draw the secretive magic emanating from the labyrinth proves too strong. Pupil dilates to soak up the path ahead. As the eye begins to tremble with effort, a soft light begins appearing in front of you, winding throughout the labyrinth. Something like that. It's funny that you're kind of listening to medieval-like music, finally gave in a god and got that Mordhau game. Yeah, I mean, I've deliberately picked stuff that fits what I'm doing, because I do find that music is quite inspirational, so for sure, that's relevant. Continue. The final parts of the path appear. The eye shudders as if exhausted, crumbles, or it swiftly shrinks to the size of a pea, and rise up and shrinks to the size of a pea. Yeah, I don't know how a god came about when I meant to type in god. I figured it out though. Proud of myself. You discard it, knowing it has expended the powers it once had. There you go. There you go. So I need to do a similar thing with the potion. Let's just plop this in actually. So we need to load it up here. Dialog controller, dialog files, labyrinth. If we get that, then message post. Actually, we might just take this from here. Dialog controller dialog ID is Labyrinth I1. So you click it, and it appears instantly, which is not what we want, but so you rummage around in your belongings until you feel the soft wetness of the eye. Grasping it carefully, you reach out and expose it to the harsh winds of the rusts. The pupil contracts as if to protect itself from the light in the sand. It remains motionless for a moment, but the draw of the secretive magic emanating from the labyrinth proves too strong. The pupil dilates to soak up the path ahead. As the eye begins to tremble with effort, a soft light begins appearing in front of you. It begins twice. In front of you, winding through labyrinth, thread labyrinth. As the final parts of the path appear, the eye shudders as if exhausted. It dries up and shrinks to the size of a pea. You discard it knowing it has expended the powers it once had. Okay. So, what did it say? Starts appearing for you. Tremble with effort. I could just say as the guy trembles. As the eye trembles with effort, like that. See, I do say as quite a lot. Just appears is better. Right. Appears. Leading through the labyrinth. Hey Zenjutsu, it's good to see you again. This final parts of the path appear. I should use this. Okay. Today I imagine it as someone is having extreme bowel movement. Yep. I mean, it kills itself trying to figure out the path through the labyrinth. I've just never heard trembles with effort before. That's what I was curious about it. Well, you know, like if you're, I don't know, if you're pushing something really heavy, you're kind of like shaking as you're doing it. Anyway, I think we've cleaned that up there. So what we'll do is, if reveal labyrinth struggles. That's another way of putting it. but like trembles with effort. So a struggle doesn't necessitate shaking or trembling. Because I wanted you to imagine holding an eye in your hand and the eye is like vibrating from trying to see the path ahead. So the labyrinth path is probably, I guess, just a sprite in a game object and a sprite, and I could just set the alpha of that, I think. Fair enough. I mean, I think, I don't know if where I've heard it before. Maybe it's just one, like, I know people just have different phrases they use for things. I'm kind of conscious about that because I've got a vocabulary. So like I'm already noticing I say as X does Y, something begins. Like I wanted to say that like 3 times in a couple of dialogues. So maybe it's just something you've not heard before. Maybe it's something I hear a lot. 'Cause tremble with effort. I don't know. That doesn't sound alien to me at all. Geo.set, and we'll say game object properties, no, sprite properties has, wait, what? Color or tint? I feel like that's limited. And it's annoying to, because I'm always going to get this wrong, but anyway, geoset so it's the game object, so labyrinth path hash sprite, that's, wait, what? Oh, so that is the sprite. Okay, that's fine. That was just confusing. I was like, why is there 2 hashes? That doesn't make any sense. You're speaking, it's an Australian. Trembles with effort is too many syllables. Much, no many effect. Struggles plus trembles is troubles. Yes, struggles with effort. I like that. I do like a good portmanteau. I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna guess tint.w. I'm gonna set it to 0.5, that way we'll see it if it works and I'll know I'm doing the right thing, but I'm not sure. Hello David, how are you doing? So we do this, do. Alright, there you go, got it in one, excellent. Geo animate, so I'm going to animate it into 1. Hash labyrinth path. Do that here. So we set the tint, local function, and we just wobble or something. Geo animate labyrinth path. URL, that the property is tint w playback go.ease, no, playback once forward. Easing, and we want it to ease out cubic. Duration 1, delay 0, complete function, wobble. Wobble doesn't do anything at this point, but it will soon. CI. Okay, that's really nice. So now what we're gonna wobble, so we're gonna do the same. So we're gonna go to 0.8 and we're going to playback loop ping pong. Easing, probably in out cubic and 1, sure. We're definitely not trying to call you again because that's not gonna work. Spider hand does whatever a spider can. That's weird, I like it. I like that, Drake. What about now I'm just going nuts here. Labyrinth. Just hear me out. You've like taught me a thing. Peeps. Spider ham's the thing, you know? Not sure I want. I don't hate it. Oh yeah, I should be able to, should have tested this before I did that, but basically now that we've done that, if I reveal the floor, when we come back, which I think we should be able to do, this should all be nicely connected, yeah. So if I go back, it should be visible, which it is, it's cool. The NPC is gone. Kayla, thank you very much for the bits. So that's cool. It doesn't make sense the NPC has left, but the odds of you leaving are pretty slim, I guess. It doesn't make much sense, but whatever. What does the truth potion taste like? It must taste pretty good because the witness downs it. Expecting the worst, I'm pleasantly surprised by the subtle sweetness of the potion. Is there a Minotaur in the labyrinth? Unfortunately not. Actually, fun little factoid is that the artist, he used to call himself Minotaur on Newgrounds. Just a little random tidbit. Spelled wrong. Voices begin swirling in your head. Whispering words in a language you cannot understand. Your eyes are drawn to the ground in the labyrinth, which started shimmering with a path to the center. Labyrinth potion 2. So switch to this. You pull the stopper out of the flask and move it towards your mouth. Expecting the worst, you're pleasantly surprised by the subtle sweetness of the potion. Dipping the bottle all the way, wait until you've caught every drop. All the way back, maybe? Voices begin swirling in your head, whispering words in a language you cannot understand. You're comforted by the feeling that the voices speak ancient truths. Your eyes are drawn to the ground in the labyrinth, which has started shimmering with a path to the center. So is it possible to get both items? It's possible to get both the truth item and the eye item, yes. But they have multiple places to be used. So I think so there's 2 of them, but there's 3 places to use them. So you have to not use one of them or get one of the places. This labyrinth would be one that's pretty good to skip because the reward is middling and you could technically solve it by just brute forcing the labyrinth. Righto, and are you going to allow them to accidentally burn both items in one location, or are you being generous? I am being generous. For sure. I don't want to be a ding dong. It would be a bug if I allow you to burn both of them, which hopefully would be caught in beta testing, but for now, for instance here, for the labyrinth, I've made a check here. If you've already revealed it, then it doesn't even check for usage of items anymore. You could hide the labyrinth correct path in a dialogue option somewhere else. I could do, but actually kind of hard. Well, no, yeah, I suppose I get what you mean. I would set a flag or something. If someone has actually told you about it, you could just, I could trigger the reveal of the path. But I do want to restrict it because, as I said, it's already technically possible to solve even an invisible labyrinth quite easily, just by hugging the walls. I didn't know that before I started designing a labyrinth, but it makes perfect sense now that I looked it up. So between ingenuity or item usage, you should be able to solve it. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to do the chest. So location is Rusty Labyrinth. This gets reloaded every time. Oh, it's not that bad actually, but give reward. We'll go to here. Actually, let me open it here. Right, so final maps, Rusty Labyrinth. What are you? Which layer are you on? Oh, that's weird. So we're going to put a script object in. Chest. Oh god! Drew Van Camp is raiding. Thank you very much for the raid. I'll defend. I'll defend against this. Oh, Altabraj. Double space human raid. How are you? How was your stream? Both of us are here to destroy. No! My precious face. So we'll put the chest here. Chest ID 5, I think. Yes. So, voila. That should now be an actual thing. Yes. Oh, so it doesn't show up unless you're close enough. What does it say? Yeah, it's 10 mindy coins. That's cool. Okay, so we will use one of our things. And then you just walk through. Easy peasy. Zoom. Glowy path. It is very nice and glowy. I just added that today. I think it feels pretty good. You approve? Thanks. There's a little flash of inspiration for me, so I'm glad it works well. So, if the chest works right, it's going to give me a placeholder dialogue about a sword or something like that, but that does mean it's worked if that happens, basically. So I should be able to go through here. You approve of all glows? Nice. Open it. Plain looking blade, standard issue for novices at the academy. Looks like it's been used for many years. There you go. So I got broken wagon wheel, which is the basic kind of item. That's fine. I guess you still have to get out the same way. That's pretty annoying. I am the programmer though, so I don't have to. I want to set a massive fire though. That's what I want to do. Surround you. That's weird. Oh, have I not placed blocks? That's weird. Anyway, let's cause a fire. That doesn't cause a fire. This does. Broken wagon wheel? What a scam. It is, isn't it? Do you create paths as you play, or was that a dev thing happening? This is all like, this part was handcrafted. This is just a once per game labyrinth thing. There are no other labyrinths in the game, except on the map right next to this one, but that doesn't really count. But yeah, no, this is a special kind of event type area. So you have to use an item to reveal the path. It's an ancient invisible labyrinth. It's kind of a nod reference to H.P. Lovecraft. He wrote a short story, kind of sci-fi short story about Venus, I think. Pretty cool. Yeah, I guess I just haven't done this part. Can you just solve the maze? Yes. I wasn't aware of this. I'm not particularly well versed on like labyrinth theory, but yes, you can just brute force it. Apparently, I didn't realize that. And yes, you'll also be able to just find a screenshot, you know. But I'm hoping people don't do that to themselves. Okay, so that's updated. Right, I want to ask some feedback on something. It's been bothering me a little bit. I'm not exactly sure about the how this should work, but basically, we've struggled a little bit for money sinks in the game. I think we have enough ideas now for things to use money for, but one of the things we had was, well, first of all, I didn't want you running around collecting all kinds of tiny keys because that's a bit annoying. But then I didn't want chests to just be free. So currently the way it works is you have to pay money to access a chest. And I guess that's kind of an abstraction of having little keys. So you have to put money into the chest to open it. But that's just weird, like in terms of, I don't know, logic. It doesn't really make any sense, I don't think. Even if you treat it as an abstraction, I think it is just a bit too weird. Vending machines, yeah. So I do have a kind of a slot thing. It's not a slot machine because then I'll get done for gambling or whatever. But it's a similar thing where you offer it some money, more like an altar, I guess. You offer it like 2 coins, and then you have a chance to win. Definitely using the wrong words here. You offer 2 coins, you have a chance of getting something, and then next time you have to offer it 4, and then 8, then 16, whatever. So it keeps doubling its price to get stuff. But anyway, for the chests, they're just a one-off. Once you open them, you open them. You're found out. Yeah, I'm gonna get sued now. So once you open the chest, they're done. And like I say, I could just they have to buy keys, like to take an extra step, go to a vendor, buy a key. You won't be done for gambling on this gold is real money you purchase. It's not, and it won't be. It's just I don't want it to be like to feel like gambling. It's more. It is gambling because I was gonna say it's like a risk reward proposition. That is gambling. Well, anyway, I just didn't want to call it slot machine because it's not. It's just a thing that increases the. It's still, you have the same chance of getting something every time. You just have to pay more each time. Anyway, I don't really know if I'll put them in. In any case, I'm not sure about the chests. How to do them? Maybe explain that you have a spell that turns a gold into a key for the chest or something. Yeah. Something like that. Are there any chests are going to be that have random loot? Yes, there are. So some chests will be hard coded to provide you a quest item like this one. So this will provide you something good. But there will be some chests that just randomly give you money, XP, or equipment. So, truth potion, yeah, I guess we finished that. Cool. Whichever solution you go with, there would also have to be a reason for it to not work on every lock. Yeah. What if it was kind of like an altar? It's like an altar that's kind of locked. So the way it currently works is that each chest has. So again, I may have overcomplicated this, but we've got 3 currencies in the game, and the currencies are linked to the elements. So you can have different amounts of money from each of the 3 currencies. So this chest is requiring mind money. So there's life money, mind money, and shadow money. So I don't know if they could be more treated like altars to the gods instead of just chests. So they could look pretty similar to this, but just slightly more altar-esque. Maybe like a crate kind of thing. And it has like, I don't know, it's just made to look like whatever god it's represented by. And then you offer money to the chest, and then it opens up when give the correct amount of money to it. Maybe that would make more sense. I don't know. It's a bit tenuous, basically. I think, like, from a gameplay perspective, it's good, but it just needs to make sense from a lore perspective. Themes are hard, yep. But there's some kind of elemental lock and you overload the lock with the currency. Yeah. I might pitch it to the artist, he might have an idea or something. I want to involve him as much as possible, just because, yeah, that would be good. Having a specific chest for each currency is not a bad idea. Cool. Alright, Kayla, it was great to see you. I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day. See you later. I'm actually going to wrap it up as well. Kat's going to come home soon, so I'm going to have some dinner, maybe watch some Game of Thrones, that kind of stuff. Let's see if I can find someone to raid. But actually, I got an hour and a half in. It was late, started late, but I actually managed to finish something. Labyrinth and Vortex, really. Temple Vortex. I think this looks pretty cool. I'm just actually good to just check this out again now that I've looked at something else for a moment. Thanks, Art Stuff. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the feedback and stuff. Really appreciate it. Same to you, Drake. Yeah, I think this looks really cool, actually. So that's awesome. Anyway, let's find someone to raid. Raidaroo. We'll go to Siege. Seems reasonable. See you at Top Rush. Nice to see more of this amazing game. Yeah, see you later, Drew. Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate that. And see you later, Drake. Have a good day, all. Stream again tomorrow, so hopefully see you then.